we are going to mess around with this beauty. Desktop view. This. And this is a BBC Master 128. 128 I think is what memory it can have, I think, in total, I think. I am not fully versed. It has 2 cartridge slots. It has internet round the back, Ethernet round the back here somewhere there. RGB, and then it's got other connectors. It is RAM. Thank you, Andy. And we are going to mess around by putting this fella in. That. And this, I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't. No, it's not focusing. It is a Raspberry Pi coprocessor. So it's got the harness, and then there's a Raspberry Pi Zero just there, sitting on top of it, that's going to emulate the coprocessor. I got a bent leg. So that's going in, because I haven't put it in yet. And the other thing that came the other morning is this. And this is a sideways RAM for the BBC Master. So there is 8 configurations of RAM and 8 configurations of ROM in there. So we've got three dip switch. This one here tells it to either look at the ROMs or look at RAM, and then these here we've got 8 different configurations. So I think if I get the manual out, which is here, where are we? It has, so it's got 16K ROMs in it, and it has 8 16K ROMs in it, and 8 16K RAMs in it, all configurable by the 2 dip switches and the dip switch to go between ROM and RAM. But I was messing around with this last night and speaking to Mikroman while I was messing around with it, and there's something unique on the board that I didn't actually realise until I took the top off. Yeah, eco nets around the back. So let me show you what I mean. So let's switch view so you can see. Here we go, live. Oh, better shift that. Right, so I've unscrewed it, and that is what it looks like inside. So 2 cartridge slots, battery. Yeah, I replaced that. I replaced that last night, and then loads of other gubbins. Now here we've got the Turbo MMC ROM, because I don't know if you can see it, but I won't turn it over. But underneath here, underneath it is the Turbo MMC card. So if I lift it up and do this, if I can get at it, and I drop it, here's the Turbo MMC. So that's the card for it. Let's plug it back in. Oh, I'm going to lose it. There we go. So there's a little hollow underneath here. That's where the the power for the disk drives goes. So I've put the Turbo MMC under there because the only disk drives I've got is for my dad's BBC that's that I will be getting out at some point because I want to show you what I got. But here, this is the interesting bit, this bit here. All this. That is a Retro Clinic OS switcher. And it's got operating system 3.2 on it and operating system 3.5 on it. That also has sideways RAM. So it's got sideways RAM built on board, and I've just bought this. So yeah, we'll see if it works. But I've got it plugged into the telly. This is my first, except for Sunday, this is the first time I'm trying this out for real. So you see the telly, you see the beeb, and you see my screen. Yeah. I don't know him personally, mate, but I bought loads of stuff off him, I tell you. So, if we fire this up, there you go, one BBC Master. So, and that is what's installed on it, which is slightly, if you remember what my DFS, my emulator, yeah, it lives in Gould, doesn't it? Well, his shop's in Gould, isn't it? Yeah, I've wanted to go and visit him because I've bought so much stuff off him, really. I also want to talk to him about a GoTech and to see if he'll fix my Electron, my poor Electron. Anyway, so as you can see, the let's make this desktop a bit bigger so we can see. Right, so as you can see, the ROMs that are actually on the Micro are very similar to the ROMs, the default configuration of the emulator. Alright, and see what we got. Terminal View 04 ADF. On the emulator it's 50. I've got 53 on there, but that's on that Retro Clinic add-on. Basic 4 is the same. Edit 01 is the same. View Sheet 02 is the same. Then I got DFS 79. And then on the emulator I've got Acorn ANFS 4 and I've got DFS 5A. But I think that DFS 5A is the MMC card, to be honest. So there are 3 different types of storage on a master. Alright, well, 4 I suppose. You've got ROMs that you can get access to. You've got the disk drive you can get access to. You've got tape you've got access to. And in the modern day one, we've got the Turbo MMC system. Now, if I do start up here, it's gonna fail because it's actually defaulted to the disk drive, which I haven't got one in. So on the master, do you have the USB one? USB what, mate? GoTech. No. This is what I want to talk, because he's not selling them anymore. Those data centers that he had. Yeah. He doesn't sell them anymore. I've got to have a word with him, see if I can get one, so I can put it in here. Oh, you've got the data center. Yeah, I'm jealous, mate. I want one. So, to be able to access the different things, you have to tell it that you want to, I want to use the sideways RAM as storage. Then you can do that. But because I haven't got any RAM chips in, it won't do a list. But you can do card. And then I've got to see if I've got any discs in place. Right, so drive one. There you are. I'm off mic. Yeah, I thought it might. I'll try my hardest to be up there. Yeah, so there's 3 different storage. Well, 4. Tape in the modern day one. Disk. ROM, so you can do a directory of a ROM. And card, which is the MMC. Now I'm in the MMC now, so I can do that. Now this MMC cartridge is a different one than the one I had in the emulator and the one I've got on the BBC, because I've made this a play thing. But this allows you to, I mean, I don't know. 2, 3. So I've got 268 free discs on this. So we're going to put some discs on it because I've got a load of discs from the books I've bought. Now, if the mic's not picking me up when I turn, I'm going to have to go on the other mic. Really? Anyway, let's try it. Hang on, I'll be back in a sec. Can you hear me now? Right, I'm on the other mic now, so I can play here. See, even the computer says the mic's set up now. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to install that, and we're going to have a play with it, and then we're going to install this and see what it does. So if you look at the configurations that we've got at the moment, oops. So we've got nothing between 0 and 7. Now I think 0, 1, 2 and 3 are ROMs, and I think 4, 5, 6 and 7 are RAM slots where we can load ROMs into, and you have to do this SR load or something. So let's switch this baby off, and I have to figure out which way we got to put that in. Let me see if I can find a picture. See if I can find a picture. Talk amongst yourselves. Right. Right, this is what I bought. Alright. Oh, let's shift that out of the way. This is what I bought. So it needs to go in like that. So it needs to go in like that. So we are looking for 0 volts at the top, 0 volts at the top, and the IFEL at the bottom. Okay. Okay. Sorted. So let's see if we can plug this in. And let's see if we can break anything. So there's two. Let's shift the cable out of the way for the moment. There's two slots, one there and one there. And this is meant to sit on it. And I can't see that. I can't see that. Right. Give it a push. Right, that looks like it's in. Bang, stop it. Right, here we go. Let's see if I've bust it. You can't see it. There we go. I know, I've changed. There you go. Turbo 64. Right. Now, I managed to find a guide. Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it? Oh, this could be it. Here we go. Right, so we have that. Right, so we've got different configuration. Right, we've got different configurations for this. So we have. Can you see that screen, by the way? Because I've made it big. Can you see it? Or does it need to be made a little bit bigger? Right. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different configurations on there. And we can get to it by using this up here. So there is a test program that we should be able to use on here. How do you get to it? Aha. I wonder if there's any instructions on here. Oh, there we go. So we are in 6502 mode. Okay. So we should be able to do right. Page equals old, and we should. Oh, look at that! Run, and this should give us some timings. Right, so this is just using the CodePro as a 6502. Now you got to remember, yeah, that the 6502 that's in the BBC is a 2 megahertz one. Look at the speeds of that. Combined average. Come on, work it out. 355 megahertz. That is outrageous. Right. So we should be able to put it in this mode. So we have to do start FX51, FX151, comma 230, comma 1. And then control and break. Or is it just break? I can't remember. What's it say? Different course by issuing... Oh right, so we don't need to do it. Okay, 151, comma 230, comma 1. List. PyTube Direct Easter egg. What? Okay. Right. Let's get back to what it was and then we'll look at that in a minute. So this is now a 3 megahertz 6510. So this should be slower. Oh, it's definitely slower. .700 megahertz native ARM CPU. Got to try that one. So this is actually doing a proper 6502 speed, because I think the second the 6502 coprocessor was actually clocked at 3 megahertz. I think because it didn't need to fight the memory with anything else, because the memory is just dedicated to the CPU. But yeah, this is definitely running at 3 megahertz. Can you imagine that poor ARM chip having to be slowed down? You can disable the coprocessor by removing the power jumper on the board. Oh, I bet that's that red jumper that's on the board. Lots of no-ops. Well, I mean, it's a good little thing to see how quickly it runs. You know, that in mode 0 it runs 6502 at what, a quarter of the speed of the ARM of the Raspberry Pi Zero. Can you imagine running Elite on that? It'd be bonkers. But it's clever, this guy. Whoever did this.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6502 Kebab has entered the chat.
That never gets So this guy who invented this, I'd love to know how they programmed it, I tell you. I wonder if it's in there. Oh yeah, it's in there. Oh, it's C. I'll have to have a look at that and grab it. Hello, Mr. Kebab. Yeah, there is a co-op, co-pro version of Elite. Let's see. Can we grab it? Let me see. There it is. Ooh, there it is. Elite coprocessor, 6502 coprocessor edition. Oh, it works on the master. That's what I like to see. Download. Let's cut that, paste that in there, and then we'll put it on the MMC in a minute. Right, so it's come back as 3.88 megahertz compared to a 2 megahertz BBC, which is roughly the speed of a 6502 CoPro in the real world. Right, let's change this to 15. I want to see what it's like when it's fat maxed out. So 151, 230, 15. Oh, the program's still there. Right, let's run it. Let's see how fast it is. Don't let me down. If it's running at 6502, I'll have to reset it. Yep. Right. Control break. Oh, look, native ARM coprocessor at 1000 megahertz. Right, so page equals ampersand 1000. This is not ARM code. I want basic. Give me basic. Right, that's turned it off. Okay. Ooh, have I broken it? I've broken it. It is 15, isn't it? Oh, I've broken it. Reset. Cheers, mate. Right, I think I've broken this. Star FX 151 230 15. Page equals right, so that's in the default mode. Okay. Right, let's see. If I do control break. Maybe I can't run this program in native mode. No. That's not ARM code. What does ARM code mean then? Ooh, can't run the program. Ooh, can't run the program. What's the next one? 13. I think it's reset. Oh, no. Is that it? Cambridge coprocessor. Okay. No. Oh, why can't I use basic? Oh, I'm going to have to figure out how to use all this lot. An emulation of the original ARM development system. Okay. Look at this. Oh, I've got to read some books. Let's that looks like you're on the Pi. Yeah. Yes, it's an emulation of the ARM2. So here now we're in 6809. So this must be. Oh, I wonder if it's. No, I've got to figure out how to use it. I mean the DOS one. Oh, that's going to be interesting. What's the DOS one? 8. Oh. There we go. We are in DOS mode and it's not letting. Oh. Da, 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 da. Yeah, 15's the Pi. It's definitely the Pi. So FX1. Oops. So that's definitely the Pi. That's definitely a native CoPro. But I just don't know what to do. Not a directory. Don't know what to do. 60 megahertz Z80. I'm not going in there. So that's 4, isn't it? Oh, CPM. And I haven't got a CPM disc. I haven't got a CPM disc. Rats. Escape. No. Right, we're back. We're back to how it is. I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna have to do some research on this. See what we need to do. Please send me a screenshot or displaying the result of star help -I. Okay. But I'll have to. I wonder if the wiki. Examples of each CoPro core. It says it should. You can run BBC Basic. This is high performance core, actually running the Python processor, no emulation layer. Basic runs at the speed of the multi. Well, I couldn't get to basic. Couldn't get the basic. Right, let's see if we can load Elite in. So I need the MMC card. Come here. Let's pull it out. Now hopefully my SD card, my card reader should read it. See if my SD card reads it. There we go. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Right. I need to run. Just go back into it for a moment. Right. I need to run. In here. This. We are on E. We are on E. So load E. Right. So we're going to load Elite. So we're going to pick. 510. We'll load it on that one. It's a nice figure. So Elite, I put it in here somewhere. There it is. Put that there. There we go. And just for good measure, we'll put that one there. But we'll try Andy's first. Right, so that's loaded those two SSDs. There's my plaything. Right, so close image, grab that, eject, come on, out you come. My poor laptop's gone. What? You've shoved something in that slot? I don't know what that slot does. Right, back to that. In fact, back to that one. Right, let's plug the MMC card back in. There we go. Switcher on. Oh, I thought it wasn't going to start up then. Right, so we need to go card. So that's telling the master that we are wanting to use the MMC system. So if I do dcat now, it should be right at the very bottom. There we go. So 510's there, but there's no name on it. Let's see if we can give it a name. Right, okay, so what have we got in here? Right, so start D in. Oh, what drive am I on? I don't know what drive I'm on. Right, I'm on 0. So start D in 510. Right, that should be elite, and it is. Now, I'm not sure, but let's do it. Dcat. Yeah, it's protected, so D unlock 510. So that should, that's unlocked it. Right. Oh. Let's see. Star help DFS. Yeah, it's title, isn't it? Do we have to put quotes? Is that how you spell elite? Is that how you spell elite? No, can't be. That's how you spell it. There we go. And then D-lock 510. That protects it again. Excellent. Right, so we should still have, yes we have, we've got it loaded. So we should be able to do star dboot. So this should be using the coprocessor. Right, second coprocessor, executive division. Yes please, let's see how fast this is. The original one didn't do this, did it? On obtaining a copy of this exclusive product. Yes, new commander, please. Oh, I like the font. I do like the font. Oh, I've forgotten how to use the controls. Well, that ain't it. Oh, that is smooth. Oh, it goes mental when there's nothing on the screen. Oh, my youth has just come back. But it plays a lot better with the Co-Pro version, it does. Me likey. So there you go. Right. One Raspberry Pi and board cost me where is it? Let's go back to here. Right, so it didn't cost me this much because because I'm rubbish at soldering. I asked if he could do it for me, so he gave me a price which included the Raspberry Pi and the board in it, and I think I like it. I've got another one for the BBC, which is up there, which I need to mount. Now the BBC one goes underneath. It actually fits into the tube interface. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Continually upgrading. Now, this guy also sells the Turbo MMC system. So if you've got a BBC and you ain't got the Turbo MMC, this is the up-to-date version, because the up-to-date version doesn't have the cable. It has a little gadget that just fits underneath the that fits directly into the user port, so it sits nicely underneath the beeb. That's the one I've got there. That's the MMC one, and now he's compressed it down that it uses micro SD cards now. So there we go. It just fits under the BBC like so, and you can have an optional cable if you want, which then means that it will you can have it outside. But the thing we're going to mess around with now is this fella. Sideways RAM for the BBC Master. There you go. So we're going to plug this in and see if we can blow it up. So this is issue 3. Cool. Right, we'll switch it off. Swap over. Switch it off. Now this is meant to work. Right, let's get the cable out of the way now. So this is meant to work, and what you do, you slot it in to the cartridge slot, like so. So if you imagine the top, you'd push it in through the top. So we'll leave the cover off at the moment, and we are going to switch on and see what happens. Right. What have we got? Oh, we got 2 extras at the bottom. Come on, input, move out the way. Oh, overlay. Come on. So we've got 2 extra things at the bottom. So it's put 2 ROMs on. So, help. What's that giving us? Got the tube. Yeah, we know about that. So B utils. Okay, star B util. Would that work? No. Oh, I'm going to have to read up about these things. But it's got loads of cards on it. Right, so... Oh, that's the thing. Ah! I wonder if that's what it means by utils. That it's actually got the utils on the ROMs. So, rload. I think rload's the ROM loader, isn't it? I think rload is the ROM loader. Oh, 6809. Yeah, well, I mean, we should be able to program in assembly with the coprocessor in 6809 mode. So, the B utilities is those. So if I do... Can I load? That's it, load. Rload. Yeah. So I think that's the ROM loader. So we've got save ROM, ROM loader. In fact, this came with a CD. A CD. Where is it? Gotta find it, gotta find it. That's Turbo MMC. Where did I put it? Aha! BBC Master. Hello, SP. So it came with some goodies on it. So, B utils. Aha. B utility, basic utility, is a ROM that I wrote. Who's I? Right, let's change screens here. That I wrote for the BBC back in 1984. Technically, I still own the copyright. If the sticker over the EEPROM window looks like an ordinary sticker. Right, okay. So B utilities was written on an ordinary BBC micro. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Sell, buy, sell. Oh, come on then. What's these things? The star command are normally handled by the operating system. If, however, the star command cannot be recognised, then it is offered that various sideway ROMs in turn. Okay. Don't want to know that. Don't want to know that. Tell me what they are. Star help menu. I did that and it came back with nothing. Alright, so it's extended basic. Okay. So it's extended basic. Alright then. Well, that's BUtil. So what else we've got on here? Right, SR load. To load a bank of RAM with a ROM image, from the current filing system, you can use srload command. The command is quite flexible in its format, but the way that you are most likely to be used. So frload, ROM, start position, bank. I think that's the bank. I don't know what Q. Oh, the Q option speeds up the process by using main memory as a buffer. Ah, okay. The MMC system also includes a small machine code program called rload. This too works on the master and allows you to write data into the sideway RAM address. It is not quite as versatile as srload, but just as effective in performing the tasks. rload, is that on there? Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? So we should be able to load a ROM onto this. Should be able to. Right, so what's SST? By the way, this is the CD that you get with the switch, and also it's got loads and loads of stuff on it. The MMC system has a CD, comes with it, just as full of ROMs. See, look, there's Basic Extender. See, got some books. Oh, assembly language programming. Oh, it's got some SSDs as well. Oh, is it? Hang on. It's the wrong colour. Right. It's the wrong colour. So that must be a newer version, because the one I've got is green. Yeah, the one I've got is green. Oh, I'll look at that in a bit. Basic ROM user guide. Oh, I think I know what this is. Yes, I lost out on that. Someone outbid me the other day off of this. Get that printed out. Oh no, go away. And that's got some SSDs. Yeah, second edition Mikroman, the assembler. Okay, what else have we got? Chip data. Okay, 6502 chip data. Disk Doctor. Pity, I'm going to have to get my disk drives, my dad's disk drives out. Xmon, assembler, and then we've got some master. Oh, look at that! We've got the reference guides. Get in there. Oh, the advanced reference guide. Okay. I'll get them printed. I've been after these reference guides for a while, but I just couldn't get them. Advanced sideways RAM. So we should be able to load ROMs onto it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change some switches. Right, so this is in ROM mode, and our two switches are in the down position. So I was told that you can switch it and then do control break. Oh look, 2 games have appeared. Hey. Now Rocket Raid I think is scramble, so I think you do that. No, okay. Oh, keep forgetting you gotta do that. What? ZX question mark. Okay. Well, that's crashed. So, when do you have to do that? No. Why can't I start that one up? Why can't I start that robot, Andy? No. Ah! Well done. You deserve some points for that, mate. There we go. Right, AZ up and down. Shift and space backwards forwards. Wow, return fire. How many fingers do you need? Oh, it stopped there. Maybe this doesn't like the coprocessor. Let's turn it off. 14 was to turn it off, wasn't it? There we go. Right, let's try this again. Shift space. Wow, yeah. God, that's fast. How do we go back? Tab. Space is back, isn't it? Oh, I'm rubbish at that game. Rubbish. Rubbish. Right, so that is configuration 1. So do configuration 2. Here we go. Control break. Let's see what ROMs we've got now. So we've got basic editor. Okay. Is this a machine code? Oh. Aha. D, disassemble. Set accumulator. What's assemble then? What's assemble? E. Okay. E1000. But I want to type in the instructions. Yeah, it looks like the monitor, but I want to type in the instructions. E1000. Oh no. I wonder if it means assemble as in you. Let's do D. Right. D 8000. Okay. Okay. Right. Relocate, verify, change ROM, simulate. So you can disassemble, but you can't assemble. Okay, let's try that. E 1000 LD. No, it's no. Gonna have to get the back. Gonna have to get the back. Right. What was the other one? No, I don't think it assembles either, which is a shame. Right, I wonder how I can get into that basic editor. No. Aha! Oh, what's this? Shift F5. The screen mode may not set to the specific mode. Okay, mode 7. Okay. Shift F5. 1. Can't get the menu back now. Oh dear. Right, okay. So that's the editor. So that's configuration 2. It looks like a word processor, but I wasn't sure. Oh, I'm gonna have to switch it off to reset it, I think. Let's just reset it. Oh, it remembers. How do I get back in the menu? Can't get back in the menu. Oh, I've blown it up. Oh, what's it waiting for? Oh, is it trying to do a shift? Oh, turn it off. Alt F4. Right. Right, so that was configuration 2. Right, configuration 3 is... So hang on, 2 down, 1 up. Swapped over. 2 down's 1. 0, 0. 0, 1. 1, 0. Was that configuration 2 or 3? No, it's 3, isn't it? So this is 4. Right. And we have whatever they are. Oh, Advanced ROM Manager and Advanced Disk 2 Set. Okay. Oh, it's got our save and our load. Okay. So there's 8 ROMs. So we had 2 games and 8 ROMs. Now I'll switch it back and then to configuration 0 and then switch it to RAM. Here we go. Then control break. This is not a language. Oh, bust it. So that means now we should have 4 RAM slots available to us. What are those 2 at the bottom? There's B utility in it. So we should have, right, so we should now have 2 RAM slots available to us. But I think he's loaded the RAM slots with the ROM. And that's what's happened. So if I do that, so I'll put it in position 1 now. Yeah, he's loaded the RAM slots with the ROM slots. So he's done a copy. So it means that we should be able to load ROMs in there. So I'll have to do that off camera and try and... Hey up, mate. You alright? You alright? So I'll have to we'll have to try that off camera. Are you alright? Alright. Oh, I'm a bit disappointed that that machine code monitor didn't work. Where was it? There. Bit disappointed that I couldn't assemble on that, but never mind. It's okay. All good. So, let's get back to this. Right. Get this mic over here. I wanted to show you how easily it is to upgrade a master. So I think that's got sideways already on it. But I don't know, because we'll have to try it. I'll have to try it. Yeah. I'll have to try it and see what it's like. So, I just wanted to show you that you can upgrade these 40-year-old machines by putting a Raspberry Pi in there. So this fella here. Now this is Raspberry Pi Zero. You can buy the cradle and put a Raspberry Pi 4 on there if you want. And you can have the full power of a Raspberry Pi 4 on there. It sort of gets in the way of some of the cables when you put the top back on. But it's a good way of boosting the old noggin. You having fun there, Docster? Now, Andy looks like he's got... Andy, did you buy the full data center BBC? Or did you upgrade your BBC with the data center system in? Well, I mean, Mikroman, when you get your Beeb, you can put a co-processor in it. I've got one up there that's got to go into the other BBC. Oh, so you got the master with the data center already installed. So you got the complete package. And they're not cheap either, are they? They're not cheap. The entire system, because the new ones now, he puts the co-processor in as well now, doesn't he? The new ones. Hang on. Yeah, here we go. Oh, he's got a BBEM as well. Yeah, they're not cheap. They are not cheap, but they are definitely worth it because they're guaranteed to work, aren't it, his machines? Guaranteed to work. Has he got it on his Oh, you got a model. I know how much they were. The Model Bs. I know how much they were. Right, that's him. See others. There you go. There's the other co-processor you can buy for the master. And it's got a full-blown Raspberry Pi on it. Yeah, I mean he doesn't sell them anymore. He doesn't sell the full kits anymore. Yeah, I want to talk to him about this. I want to find out if my DFS can just work with that. But he doesn't, and this is the same thing that's in the top of my machine. But this one's got 4 OSs on it. This is a multi 4 OS system. So I have got this one and this one. But on the 4 one you get these two as well, which are the originals, 1.2 and version 2. You have that too, yeah. I mean, I've got it, but it's only switchable between 3 and 3.5. So it's currently on 3 at the moment. Well, I'm hoping to get that way, mate. That's why I'm spending all these bits, spending all this money on bits for it, to max it out. But I am jealous you've got the data center with the USB port. That's what I need. It's what I need on here is USB port. It's got an 8 gig. It's got an 8 gig solid state system, isn't it? Yours? The CF system, 8 gig. Thought so. Yeah, jealous, mate. Jealous. Right. So there's my BBC Master, actually up and running, working, because you can see it there. And it's been a successful test of my new capture system, because the picture's brilliant. The picture is really, really good. It's a bit like Spaghetti Junction. I'm telling you, it's a bit like Spaghetti Junction down there with all of it, because it's doing RGB to SCART. SCART to HDMI, then it's going through a HDMI capture card pass through, which then the USB is going into the laptop, and the output is then going back into the telly. It's picture in Discord. Let's have a look. Hey up. Oh man, that is great news. Right. Where in Discord? Oh yes. Oh, and the USB slot. Jealous. I have got that. I've got those two, but not the USB slot, and not those two. Nice. Oh, I'm really pleased for Jack. That Jack's my son. He's trying to get an apprenticeship at the local Coors in here where I live, because we've got a big, massive brewery, Coors Brewery, and he's in the final 8, fighting over 2 spots. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That's great news. Absolutely great news. Right, back to this. So, who tried the homework that I set last week? Who tried it? Beer tester. Did you do it? Did you get it done? Did anybody else? Did you do it in inline basic, Andy? You didn't. Only me and Andy did the homework. Have you got it on an SSD and I can show it on here? Andy's dog ate my homework. Right, I did it, but I did it using the assembler. It's on the Works laptop. Oh, it's doing an update. Okay. Well, I did it using the assembler. I didn't do it in inline basic. Oh, the homework was to recreate the spiral, mate. The homework was to recreate the spiral. So ooh, there's my JavaScript. So where is it? Where did I put it? There. I'm sure it was in that. There it is, spiral. Right, you can't see that, can you? Right then, this is doing the spiral. So let me put this back into Beeb mode. Yours fits on one page. Yes, it's to do the spiral on the BBC. So here I've done the spiral, yeah. So Control P, run task, build the assembler file, Control P, run it. There you go. Booyah! One spiral. But I didn't do it in inline basic because I thought someone would do it in inline basic, so I did it using the assembler in VS Code. Because I wanted to use this as an example so you guys can get used to the quirks of the assembler. So what I did was I copied. Right, so let's see if I can grab my kick one. Right, let's put it into window mode. Small compose. And I think it's that one. So have a quick look. No, it's not that one. It's that one. Right. Let's get it so you can see. It's BeebM, mate. It's the Beeb emulator. BeebM. Read me. There you go. If you go on my GitHub site, you'll see that I've put a template up there. It's got all the information on how to get it. So there you go. So old school coder, VS Code Beeb ASM template, and then I've put a README with all the bits that you need in there. Right, so this is the BBC assembler of Spiral, and this is the kick version. And so basically I think it was four lines of code I had to change. Obviously the labels changed, but I didn't include that as part of the thing. But set your start point. This is to print a character. I've used exactly the same 0 pages that I used in the kit version, and all the labels are the same. So we've got start, which is start, line looper, which is line looper, bypass, bypass. The only difference is there's no such thing as a temporary label in Beaver assembler by the looks on it. I've even left the comments in. Draw line, draw line, draw line CLC, draw line instruction, draw line high instruction. So the only difference was this line, that was different because it doesn't do inline labels, yeah? So I had to drop back to the original way of doing things, yeah? So it was draw line +1, so I've done that instead of using the inline label. But other than that, except for the ends and the beginning, it's exactly the same as the kit version. What are you talking about? Hey, what are you talking about? Hang on, let's put this mic back in the other place. What are you talking about, mate? Hey? What are you talking about? "51 bytes is all you need." This is why I came dead last, mate. I'm a proper programmer. I have structured programming. And that's why I came dead last. I did it properly. I did not cheat. So, using the assembler, this is clear screen. Or, Mikroman found the JS... I know I did not win. I know. Now, Mikroman found a JSR value to do exactly the same thing, didn't you, mate? So we could save ourselves 2 bytes. But the only difference is, right, is the high byte location. Because mode 7 is still 40 by 24. Yep. Is still 40 columns across by 24 down, which is the same. Which is the same as the 64. So the start point location is exactly the same in the low byte, but the high byte is 7D because the mode 7 screen starts at 7C. So then that was a line I changed. That line was changed. I've talked about this line had been changed. And these two. So they're the 4 lines that I had to change in this code to make it work. And that was it. So it was almost exactly the same as the C64 code, which is this. I also, just to give you guys some, I also converted my A-level screen into assembler on. So remember last time we was out, we wrote this in BASIC. So we loaded this all in BASIC, yeah? And then ran it inside BASIC. Well, as you can see, some remnants of the BASIC system is here. Because I took that text file that I created and loaded it into here. So this now builds. So that's building that. There you go. And look, I've figured out I'd missed something out. The middle of the text should have stayed white. So now it does it. The middle of the text stays white. So we're gonna learn how to use the assembler to try and to make some programs. So I've got some ideas of programs to make, but I wanted to see if you guys would attempt to how come Kit can't compile? It can't, mate. It can't create the file format. It can't create the file format. Because the BBC file format doesn't have embedded, doesn't embed any starts that's held in the directory of the disk. That's why in the emulator you can't load a static program into the emulator. You've got to load an SSD. Can't do it any other way. It's a pain up the backside because you have to make an SSD all the time. But if you remember when, if I load my test, where are you? Where's my play thing? That's it. Turn off write protect. So if you remember this week, last week, this was the machine code that we typed in. Now I figured out that it's that. There we go. So this is the machine code we typed in line into BASIC. Is your computer still doing an update, mate? And this is what I was hoping you guys would do, would make your spiral and run it in a basic program. Yeah? As you can see, that was wrong. That was wrong. Oh, I see. Okay. So the homework is still there. I want you guys to write your if you did the spiral challenge, I want you to convert it into machine code assembly for the BBC. Either doing it this way, where you do inline assembly in BASIC, right? Or whether you want to do it this way, which is using the assembler. What I was going to do was kick, wasn't it? Yes, you can use lowercase. I don't think. Yeah, it only does those, doesn't it? It only does those. It only makes PRG files, doesn't it? The output's PRG. Which doesn't work for us, the BBEM. So the plan is I'm learning how to use the assembler. You're wondering about other CPUs it supports. Well, it spits out a PRG, doesn't it? It spits out a PRG. I don't think... I think that's all it does, isn't it? Just spits out a PRG. Yeah, you mean BBEM? Because the emulator for Raspberry Pi is it's the Unix one, I think. There we go. It's that one, isn't it? Oh, connection's not private. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's Stardot, but the problem is they don't have it on there. Because I went to GitHub. Where is it? They have got here we go, Stardot. They have got a Unix version. But it's an older one, I think. Outputs a bin. You're still going to make an SSD though, mate. Yeah, I think this is the Linux version, but I couldn't get it to work. So, Create ID, if you can get it to work, send me the instructions on how to do it, because I tried to put it on my Raspberry Pi and I couldn't get it working. It kept failing on SDL2 forms or something like that. So I couldn't get it working. All right, okay. But it won't. Well, you're going to try this BBEM. Yeah, let me know, because I did all this, right? I did all this and I couldn't get it working. Yeah, sure, mate. Mikroman beat me. Because I've got my, I've got the Raspberry Pis there, yeah. And I was trying to, I'm making images for the Raspberry Pi, so for the patrons. So the patrons have now got access to a VIC-20 image, a C64 image, a Commodore PET image, a 128 image, a +4 image, and a CBM 2 image, which is the later Commodore business machines with basic 4 on them. And I was trying to make a BBC Micro image so you could use the Raspberry Pi as a BBC Micro. So if you do get it working on a Raspberry Pi, mate, I would love to know, so I can create an image for the guys so they can just burn it straight to a micro SD card and then load it straight on the Raspberry Pi. Because I have done it for the patrons as a perk for them, so they can mess around and pretend they've got a real 64 if they haven't got one, or real VIC-20. But I couldn't get it working. It kept erroring. Oh mate, thank you. What's that for? What's the bits for, mate? Oh, thank you. I'm trying to be different. We're going to get into the serious stuff soon, which is coding on the Beeb. We're gonna. I did think of migrating Petsky Matrix. You know, the Matrix that we did, Petsky Matrix that we did on all the Commodore machines. I thought of migrating that onto the Beeb, but I've got to figure out how to do this. How to do the get the colours on the screen. I mean, we can do it like, I think we could do it. We could definitely do it like the Pet, where it was all one colour, yeah, and just have it doing that. I think that's probably where we'll start off. But if we wanted colours, then we've got to change mode from mode 7 to mode something else. So we have some colours. But I thought of doing that as a good example. And also, there's a guy put his game. I think I showed you in the last stream. I think put a game. His games on the interweb, but I haven't got any recents. Hang on. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. Oh, it's in test, isn't it? Oh, it's test. Ooh. BBC. Oh, I've forgotten where I've put it now. Rats. Forgot where I put it. No, it's not in there either. No, I forgot where I've put it. I'll find it. It's somewhere knocking about. But he's put a game. He's put two of his games on in GitHub, and they're written in Beeb assembly. Let me see if I can find them. I've got them somewhere. Got so much stuff on this machine. I tell you, it's just ridiculous. Didn't put it in there. Didn't put it in there. Oi, John, pay attention to chat. Yes, that's the fella.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6502 Kebab has entered the chat.
No, he hasn't. He's already there. Who is in? Oh, Docster. Oh, dear. He's already here. Oh, where did I put it? I'm trying to find the The download. I must have moved it somewhere. Right, where's my Discord? BBC, it was pinned, wasn't it? There we go, Galaxy Force, yep. Thank you. We'll download it again. Download zip file. Go in there. Extract to. Yeah, we'll put it there. Right. Open. So this is his code, right? And it's got some interesting things because he's got the code to do sprites. And this is having a fit because it thinks it's kick and it's not. So he's got code where he's doing sprites. So you need to figure out how that's working. He's got, right, this is the funny thing, right? Because this is basic. Right, so he's got basic either side of this. And this is just him this was in line in his basic. And this is a good way we can like understand how to do music. Just by looking at his code and seeing how he's done the music and all that. So this is what I'm going to try and understand. And this keeps thinking it's kick. So if you ever want to see a game work, I mean this does work, because here we just need to run that. So terminal. We just need to do make. There you go. Done. Oh, it had the error on the basic text, didn't it? Here. For some reason it doesn't like 0, so you have to make it a 1. So I'll do it again. Make. There you go. That's done it now. So it's created an SSD. Somewhere, there it is. So we should be able to load it up. So it's in downloads, Galaxy Force, that one. Right, so Shift and F12 to boot, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. So these are all sprites. That's a sprite. And like a WauloK. Aha! There we go. So all this lot is sprites. So he's just trying to understand how he's coded all these sprites to work. And also learn how to do the music. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next sort of... So I'm going to teach you the basics of this assembler, because the assembler is pretty comprehensive. So if we go into Beeb and go into Beeb assembler, it's pretty comprehensive. It's quite a big guide. It's got lots of directives. So here's your syntax in. And all it needs is for you to, it's just to look at it and stuff like that. But it does ink bins, does include, so you can include an assembly file into it. So it does all the standard sort of kick stuff, but not without the clever C-sharpy stuff that's in, or not C-sharp, C language formats in there. So it's sort of custom stuff. I mean, it does the ifs, but it's like basic ifs. And it also allows you to put a basic file in, like put basic. So you can create a basic file like he's done here. He's created a basic file here. So this is just basic. And the assembler will tokenize it and put it onto the disk as well. So that will get tokenized and added to the SSD. Oh, is it JavaScript? I thought it was C. Okay, I thought it was C-like. But if it's JavaScript, then that's fine. It does macros. It's very similar to the way Arthur's CBM Prod Studio, the way he's done macros, where you pass him variables, but you don't do it. You call it like a function. You call it like it was in CBM Prod Studio. So you just say macro name, comma, 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 comma. But we'll go through this. We'll go through this, and we will learn how to co-assemble in BBC. Chameleon. Oh, right, okay. But it's not a million miles away from the. It's not a million miles away from the what you're used to in Kick, right? I mean, it's got. I don't know if Kick's got div and mod. Yeah. I don't know if Kick's got div and mod, but it's got all this lot in. I know that. It has all this lot. I know that, and this. I don't think it's got this, but it uses this equal to set bytes. So equal byte equals string. But we'll get into that. Alright? Well, that went quick, didn't it? So, homework. Spiral. I expect to see people's spirals in the BBC next time. That's what she said. Right. I think I've run out of things to talk about. I thought it was going to take longer to do this. I've got to put the BBC, got to put the master together. Poor thing looks naked. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.